Too strong there from Olsen. Cunningham pulled it down and here's that feistiness.
The entire gym held its breath the moment Mystics rookie Kiki shoved Sophie Cunningham, as though it were WrestleMania and not, well, a preseason WNBA game. The crowd fell silent, but only for a second. Sophie Cunningham isn't someone to take disrespect lying down. She shot up like a firework, stormed over to Kiki, and let loose a line so heated the broadcast team probably scrambled to hit the censor button. And just as the temperature on the court spiked, Bonner and Lexi Hull charged in, ready to back their teammate. But as spicy as the court got in that moment, it was what happened later that sent the basketball world into a frenzy. Sophie's response was immediate and clever. A clapback, so savage it felt like a mic drop from orbit. It was clear. This wasn't just a preseason game anymore. It was personal. Sophie Cunningham's response to the push wasn't just about defending herself. It was about sending a message to the entire WNBA. Let's rewind and look at how the whole incident popped off. Yes, you heard it right. A rookie, Kiki fan, actually body slammed a seasoned veteran, like she was auditioning for a football team instead of playing basketball. And not just any veteran. Sophie Cunningham, the kind of baller with a black belt in Don't Play With Me. Kiki, the Mystics rookie fresh out of college, thought a preseason game was the perfect time to make her WWE debut. The show wasn't just an accident. It wasn't an aggressive screen or a foul made with strategic intent. It was a blatant statement, a declaration that Kiki wanted attention. And Sophie responded in the only way she knew how, with veteran confidence and a fierce will. "Are you ready to hear how Sophie broke her silence?" the commentator asked. Sophie's response was both immediate and righteous. She sprang up, got right in Kiki's face, and declared, "You don't bleeping do that." To Sophie, this wasn't just a matter of adrenaline. It was about dignity. Earned dignity, to be specific. "That's not just adrenaline," she added. "That's earned dignity talking. You don't knock down vets like that unless you try and become public enemy number one." And to make matters worse, Kiki had the audacity to smile. Not the "oops, my bad" smile, but a smirk, the kind of grin that says, "I just instigated something big." Spoiler alert, it doesn't earn you respect. And Sophie, as the league's watchful veteran, knew exactly how to handle it. The drama didn't end with the shove, though. Later in the game, Brittany Sykes of the Mystics delivered another unnecessary shove to Sophie, sending her crashing to the floor. This wasn't a basketball move. It was bullying, plain and simple. The Washington Mystics had clearly made Sophie Cunningham their target. But here's where the game changed. The Indiana Fever were no pushovers. Bonner immediately stepped up, heading straight for Brittany Sykes, ensuring the Mystics knew this wasn't going unanswered. The message was clear. You mess with one Fever player, you deal with the entire team. That's the kind of unity a championship contender needs. If you rewatch the footage, it's clear. Kiki fan's move wasn't play. She didn't box out under the rim. No, she grabbed Sophie and slammed her to the floor. There was zero basketball relevance in that move. It screamed one thing: I want attention. And boy, did she get it. Just not the kind she wanted. The social media frenzy. As expected, social media lit up like Times Square. Fans from all sides blasted the Mystics for turning a basketball game into a street fight. This wasn't a power move. It was a cheap shot. Everyone from casual viewers to die-hard WNBA fans called for what it was: a moment of disrespect. Even Mystics head coach, Stephanie White, tried to smooth things over in the post-game presser, but Sophie's face told a different story. She wasn't fazed, and that's what made Sophie Cunningham's response legendary. Instead of engaging in drama, demanding a league review, or spiraling into a public meltdown, Sophie did something far better. She turned to Instagram and posted the most casually savage response of the year. "I'm just a girl, and I only play WWE with my sister. So chill." Instant classic. Sophie's subtext was clear. Don't flatter yourself. You're not the villain here. You're just a warm-up act. The Taekwondo flex. Here's where things take an even cooler turn. Sophie Cunningham didn't just have a sharp tongue. She's been training in Taekwondo since she was 6 years old. Yes, you read that right. While most of us were still struggling to tie our shoes. Sophie was earning her black belt in the art of precision strikes and controlled strength. So when Kiki Iriefan decided to pick a fight, she wasn't just taking on a baller, she was taking on a martial artist. Imagine it. A rookie, fresh out of college, try and make a name for herself by going after a seasoned pro with a black belt. It's almost poetic, but Sophie didn't flinch. She didn't take the bait. Instead, she dismissed the incident with a smirk and a level of poise that only comes from years of experience and mental toughness. While Kiki tried to flex and play the villain, Sophie reminded the world who the true grown-ups were. Her response didn't just dismiss the incident. It buried it under a mountain of nonchalance. Sophie's attitude was more intimidating than any physical confrontation could ever be. And let's be clear, Sophie Cunningham isn't just about smarts and quick wits. She's a baller through and through. The rookie's antics didn't break her. Instead, Sophie used her performance on the court to let her game do the talking. After the drama, Sophie Cunningham came out firing. She torched the Mystics for 21 points, nailed 6 of 11 shots, grabbed 8 boards, and even dished out 2 assists. It wasn't just a performance. It was a calculated beatdown. The Mystics tried to distract her, but Sophie was busy proving them wrong. And let's not forget the strategy. While the internet was busy debating who started the fire, Sophie was busy putting up numbers. It was clear this wasn't just about basketball. It was about control, composure, and strategy. And Sophie was a mastermind, playing a game of chess while the Mystics were still stuck in checkers. What makes Sophie Cunningham truly irreplaceable is her leadership. She doesn't just score points. She brings a mentality and toughness that spreads throughout the team. When the Fever were down early, struggling to get anything going, Sophie was the one who flipped the switch. She started barking out plays, lighting up defenders, and making sure everyone knew the Fever weren't backing down. It wasn't flashy, it was just tough, gritty basketball. It was heart and hustle, the kind of leadership the Fever needed when things weren't going well. Even from the bench, players like Caitlin Clark were cheering Sophie on, knowing that her energy was contagious. After the game, the Mystics players, who had dished out shoves and body slams throughout the night, refused to shake hands. They walked straight to the locker room, avoiding any acknowledgement of the Fever. Why? Because they had just seen their intimidation tactics backfire. Instead of breaking the Fever's spirit, they had unified them. They had awakened a sleeping giant. The transformation in the Fever was unmistakable. Players like Lexi Hull, Bonner, and Sophie Cunningham weren't just bringing scoring and rebounding. They were bringing a tough, no-nonsense attitude. The team that once backed down to physical intimidation now stood tall. The next Fever versus Mystics game is already circled in red ink on every fan's calendar. It's no longer just about preseason reps. It's about pride, revenge, and unfinished business. This isn't just a rivalry anymore. It's personal. And Sophie Cunningham? She's ready for it. At the end of the day, Sophie Cunningham turned an ugly preseason incident into a statement. She didn't let the Mystics get under her skin. Instead, she shut them down with a blend of wit, poise, and on-court dominance. When the next shove comes, we know who will be left standing, and it won't be the rookie trying to go viral. Sophie Cunningham just proved that in the WNBA, you don't have to back down from anyone. And for the Indiana Fever, they just witnessed the rise of a true leader. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a scorer. She's a game changer. And the WNBA better watch out, because the Fever aren't going anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.